Hello, ghouls, and welcome to Brave the Basement. I'm your host, the Ghoul that Rules.
I'm your co-host, Black One Jack 2.
If you enjoy getting a little scared, ghost stories, haunted houses, a believer in the supernatural, or maybe even a skeptic wanting to look at things from a different perspective, then this is the show for you. Today's episode is sponsored by Ed's Barbershop. Ed's Barbershop is located at 210 Lane Street, North Judson, Indiana. So if you enjoy getting your hair cut from a hometown barber with that old-fashioned feel, dial 574-896-3344 and schedule your appointment today. Hey, Blackjack, how's it going?
I'm doing pretty good, and like always, I still don't know the show topic today.
So I did tell you that it was some sort of ritual game, but you're not exactly sure what it is, are you, Blackjack?
Yeah.
So this is called the one-man hide-and-seek, a.k.a. one-man tag, and it is a ritual for contacting the dead. So did you ever play hide-and-seek, Blackjack, growing up?
Yes.
So you kind of understand the rules of hide-and-seek.
I mean, who doesn't? I mean, almost everyone's played hide and seek. It's just one of those games that everyone has played in their lifetime.
So I'm going to go through how to play this game, and then there's an experience that I found online that I'd like to share with everybody about this ritual game. So like I said, the one-man hide-and-seek is also known as the one-man tag. It is a ritual for contacting the dead. The spirits which are wandering restless on the earth are always looking for bodies to possess. In this ritual, you will summon such a spirit by offering it a doll instead of a human body. Warning: if you have psychic abilities, you may feel unwell or be prone to accidents during the ritual. So things that you'll need: one stuffed doll, and it must have limbs. Rice enough to stuff the doll full. One needle and one crimson thread. One pair of nail clippers. One sharp-edged tool such as a knife, glass shard, or scissors. 1 cup of salt water. Natural salt would be best. A bathroom with a bathtub and some form of counter. A hiding place, preferably a room purified by incense. There must be a TV in there. So preparation: take out whatever the doll is stuffed with. Once all of its stuffing is removed, restuff it with rice. Clip off a few pieces of your nails and put them inside the doll. Sew up the opening with the crimson thread. When you finish sewing, tie up the doll with the rest of the thread. Go to the bathroom and fill your bathtub with water. Return to your hiding place and put the cup of salt water on the ground. So now we're going to get into actually performing the ritual. So give a name to your doll. The name can be any but your own. When the time is 3 a.m., say your name is the first it. So it'd be like, the Ghoul Rules is the first it to the doll 3 times. Go to the bathroom and put the doll into the water-filled bathtub. Turn off all the lights in your house, go back to the hiding place, and switch on the TV. After counting to 10 with your eyes closed, return to the bathroom with the edged tool in your hand. Go to the bathtub and say to the doll, "I have found you." Say the doll's name. Stab the doll with the edged tool. Say, "You are the next it." And then say the doll's name as you take the doll out of the bathtub and leave it on the counter in the bathroom. As soon as you have put the doll down, run back to the hiding place and hide. How to finish: pour half the cup of salt water into your mouth. Do not drink it, just keep it there. Get out of your hiding place and start looking for the doll. The doll is not necessarily in the bathroom. Whatever happens, do not spit out the salt water. When you find the doll, pour the rest of the salt water in the cup over it. Then spit out the salt water in your mouth onto it as well. Say, "I win," 3 times. This is supposed to end the ritual. After this, make sure you dry the doll, burn, and discard it later. Most important, please do not stop this ritual halfway. You must do it through to the end. This is a dangerous ritual, and I will not be held responsible for whatever happens to you if you try. So some other things to keep in mind: do not leave your house until you have done the finishing ritual. You must turn off every single light in your house when told to do so. You must keep quiet while hiding. You do not need to put the salt water in your mouth during the beginning. You only need to do it during the finishing ritual. Remember, if you are living with someone, you might put them in danger too. Keep the ritual game under 2 hours or else the spirit will be too strong to remove. For safety reasons, it might be best to keep all of the doors in the house unlocked, including your front door. As well, have friends close by so that they can come and help you at a moment's notice. If you ever need them, keeping a mobile close at hand would be a good idea too. So some notes here. The rice represents the innards and also has the role of attracting spirits. The crimson thread represents a blood vessel. It seals the spirits up inside the doll. By cutting the thread off, you break the seal and release the spirits you have trapped. If you go out of the hiding place without salt water, you may encounter something wandering around you in your house, which may harm you in some way. The way to feel the presence of something wandering around is to watch what happens to the TV. Sound spooky, Blackjack?
Yeah, that is like really spooky. It kind of reminds me of Slender Man a little bit, you know, just him just coming around, and every time he would like go be around you, your whole screen would be like all fuzzy and stuff.
So the idea here is once you, because you're going to be the first it, so you got to go find the doll, right? And you already know where the doll is. You left the doll in the bathtub. So once you take the doll out of the bathtub and you put the doll on the counter and you go hide, if you go back to the bathroom, the doll's not going to be there.
I don't believe it. The doll's gonna be right there.
So do you want to hear someone's first-hand experience playing this ritual game?
Sure, why not?
Okay, so this is broken up into the time that they did this. And I'm assuming this is AM because it says PM on everything, but I'm assuming this is AM. So it says 2:01 AM. I cut open a baby doll with limbs and replaced its stuffing with uncooked rice along with a few of my nail clippings. 2:03 AM. I sewed the doll up with crimson thread and tied it up 2 times. 2:06 AM. I filled up my bathtub with water. 2:08 AM. I named the doll Natalie. 2:08 AM. I placed a cup of salt water in a small spare room, which was my hiding place. 2:09 AM. I got some rest. 2:59 AM. I went to the bathroom with the doll in hand. 3 AM. I said, my name is the first it 3 times, then I placed the doll in the bathtub. 3:02 AM. I finished going around my house, turning off all the lights with a kitchen knife in hand, which was my weapon. Then I turned on the television and left it on a static noise channel before quickly going to my hiding place and counting from 1 to 10 with my eyes closed. 3:03 AM. I went back to the bathroom with the knife in hand and said, I have found you, Natalie, before stabbing the doll with the knife. Then I said, now Natalie is it, 3 times, and I put the knife in the tub with the doll before running back to my hiding place really fast. So they left the knife with the doll.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Supposedly they have never seen the Child's Play movies with Chucky.
Yeah, don't leave knives to the dolls that are haunted.
3:04 AM. I waited for approximately 1 minute, but couldn't feel any signs of which would signify that the ritual worked. 3:05 AM. After 1 minute, I started to feel the signs. I suddenly had to take deep breaths. I realized the temperature had drastically made its way down. The spare room in which I was hiding happened to be just beside the living room where the television was. Remember, I left the television on a static noise channel. I swear I heard the static noise grow louder. I waited patiently despite the extreme conditions. 3:06 AM. I started to feel nauseous, and at this point, I immediately knew it was time to end the game. They've only been playing for 6 minutes, Blackjack.
And they already knew it was time to end the game.
So 3:06 a.m. I started to feel nauseous. At this point, I immediately knew it was time to end the game. I picked up the cup of salt water beside me and took half the salt water in my mouth, but didn't swallow it. Remembering the instructions I read on the internet, I got out of my hiding place and with the half cup of salt water and started looking for the doll. Even though my jaws and cheeks started to hurt a bit, I didn't swallow the salt water. 3:07 a.m. I entered the bathroom to check out the tub, but the doll was not there. I already knew this would happen, but I just decided to check it out. The thought that a possessed doll was after my life gave me shivers. I was barehanded, so I decided to go to the kitchen to take another knife. By chance, if something went wrong, I could use this knife for my protection. I searched all the places on my way to the kitchen, but there was no sign of the doll. 3:08 a.m. I was happy because I finally reached the kitchen at this point. But when I entered the kitchen, I got the shock of my life. The doll was laying on the kitchen floor. The knife with which I gave it lay right beside it with an additional knife, which I didn't give it. The doll had found another knife in the kitchen in the meanwhile. I quickly poured the salt water in the cup on top of it before spitting the salt water in my mouth on top of it as well. Then I said, "I win" 3 times before leaning down and cutting the crimson thread with my teeth. I picked up the doll and took a lighter before heading to the lawn. 3:09 a.m. I was successful in burning the doll with a little help from a lighter. The fire stopped by itself when the doll was badly burned and was not recognizable anymore. I picked up the heated doll and headed towards the nearby dumpster. 3:11 a.m. I dumped the doll in the dumpster and headed back home. 3:14 a.m. I reached my house and got some sleep while having nightmares. Nothing happened to me because I did the ritual correctly, but please don't try this. I am too scared even now. It was a really, trust me, really scary experience.
I mean, that is creepy. Just being all by yourself and you knowing where you put the doll and the doll's not being there. That is some like Toy Story creepy stuff right there.
So my favorite part of that was when she said that the doll found an additional knife. Not just the one that this individual gave the doll, but the doll went and picked up another knife. So, Blackjack, what do you think's going on here?
Some very creepy stuff, man. I could tell you that.
So, do you think that these are just regular ghosts trying to possess a body or a doll, or do you think that this is something else going on here?
I really have no clue.
So, even though this is episode number 59,
19th season, the 19th episode.
19th episode of season 3, you still don't have a guess what this was. Grabbing knives, planning on stabbing you.
No. That's some scary ghost thing.
Demons.
Demons, if you want to say that. Yeah, sure.
So what this ritual is doing is you're allowing a demon into your house while possessing a doll. Now, we joked just a few minutes ago and we said that, obviously this person never seen the Child's Play movie with Chucky. Even though Chucky wasn't possessed by a demon, it was possessed by voodoo. It's still the same principle here. You let something extremely terrible into your home and you give it a weapon. So is this a game that you would like to play, Blackjack?
Totally, for sure. I'd love to play this game.
Oh, you would love to play this one.
Except I would keep the knife. Is it in the rules you have to give him a knife?
It depends on what. So with every one of these ritual games, what you got to keep in mind is it varies slightly depending on where you get your resources from. So some of the rules that I read, they went through a whole cleansing ritual that you need to go through before or after the game. I can't remember which one right now. Some didn't. So it just all depends on where you get your resource from. And that's where you got to be careful with all this. And it's the same with urban legends, and we've talked about this before. It's like the urban legend varies just slightly depending on where you're from, the area that you live from, and where you got your reference online. So It's a good question, Blackjack. I can't answer it 100%. So what else you think about this ritual?
It's just it seems like, it takes hide and go seek, a fun game, and make it scary.
It takes it a whole other step, doesn't it, Blackjack?
It's involving demons now. I mean, come on.
So I had to, when I ran across this one-man hide and seek, I said, oh, definitely going to do an episode about this one. This is another really creepy ritual game. I don't think, for me personally, learning about this game and reading about it, it didn't have the same effect as the Three Kings did when I read that one. I mean, that one literally scared me while just trying to read about it. So, Blackjack, we got one episode left. It's going to be episode 20, which is going to be episode number 60 in our total catalog. And it is going to be the closer to season 3. And so that episode will be available on January 10th, 2022. Blackjack's like almost said 21 over there, but it's nobody.
It's 22.
22. So we are recording this episode just a little bit early. I believe this is the first episode of 2022.
And since we are recording this on Christmas Eve, we want to say thank you guys. Merry Christmas out there. Hope you guys enjoy. Happy New Year's. Because we kind of recorded this episode a little early. And so, yeah.
Yeah, we had time. So you do not want to miss the season closer. As always, we're going to have all sorts of announcements and some very important things coming at you that you'll want to definitely listen to. We're looking very forward to the episode. I don't want to give it away. I don't want to talk about what exactly we're going to be doing. So we're just going to leave it at that. So if you would like to become a Brave the Basement Ghoul, be sure to share this show on social media. Go to bravethebasement.weebly.com and sign up for our newsletter to get all the latest news and updates when each episode has been posted. If you have a ghost story you would like to share, you could reach us at bravethebasement@gmail.com. Your story could make it on the show and be featured on the website. You can also submit your story on Reddit under the subreddit Brave the Basement or in the YouTube comments section. If you have an eerie ghost photo you would like to share, please email us and include a description, and your photo could be added to our photo gallery. And that brings us to the end. We hope that we brought you just a little fright. And remember, when you're up late at night and you hear something in the other room that just doesn't seem right, it's okay if you need to turn on the light to protect yourself from things that go bump in the night. I'm your host, The Ghoul That Rules.
I'm your co-host, Black One Jack 2.
And I hope you join us again. Till next time.